Welcome to Starship TV. Overview of The Burns and Allen Show. The Burns and Allen Show was a beloved American television sitcom that aired from 1950 to 1958. It featured the real-life comedy duo George Burns and Gracie Allen, who had already achieved widespread fame through vaudeville, radio, and film, before transitioning to television. Known for its witty humor, fourth-wall-breaking style, and the iconic dynamic between the sensible straight man George and the whimsical Gracie, the show became a staple of early American TV. TV broadcast details. Network, CBS, Columbia Broadcasting System. Original air dates, October 12, 1950 to September 22, 1958. Airtime. Initially aired on Thursday nights, then later moved to Monday nights at 8 p.m. Format. 30-minute episodes, filmed in front of a live audience. Main characters and cast. George Burns as himself, the show's narrator and husband to Gracie, often delivering punchlines with a deadpan expression and frequently stepping outside the story to address the audience directly. Gracie Allen as herself, known for her zany logic and lovable confusion, Gracie played an exaggerated version of herself. Harry Von Zell as himself, the show's announcer who also became a character within the series and often got entangled in Gracie's antics. Fred Clark, 1951 to 1953, and later Larry Keating, 1953 to 1958, as Harry Morton, the Burns neighbor. Bea Benaderet as Blanche Morton, Gracie's best friend and the wife of Harry Morton. Ronnie Burns as Ronnie Burns, George and Gracie's real-life adopted son, who appeared in the later seasons as their fictional college-age son. Biography of George Burns. George Burns was born Nathan Birnbaum on January 20, 1896, in New York City. He started performing in vaudeville as a teenager and formed a duo with Gracie Allen in the 1920s. Burns often played the straight man in their act, setting up Gracie's punchlines. Known for his ever-present cigar and sharp comic timing, Burns successfully transitioned through several entertainment mediums: vaudeville, radio, film, television, and eventually, solo work in the later years of his life. After Gracie's retirement and later passing, George continued working and experienced a major career resurgence with the film The Sunshine Boys 1975, for which he won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He also starred in the Oh God film series. George lived to be 100 years old, passing away on March 9, 1996. Biography of Gracie Allen. Gracie Allen was born Grace Ethel Cecile Rosalie Allen on July 26, 1895. Although some records suggest 1902, in San Francisco, California. She met George Burns in the early 1920s, and soon became his professional and personal partner. Her comedic persona, innocently illogical, charmingly confused, and quick-witted, became the hallmark of their act. Gracie had a strong stage presence, and was the comedic centerpiece of the Burns and Allen partnership. She retired from show business in 1958, citing heart problems and fatigue from years of performing. She died on August 27, 1964. Interesting facts about the show. Breaking the fourth wall, George Burns often paused the story to speak directly to the audience, a technique that was ahead of its time and influenced future sitcoms. Live audience and single camera. Though filmed with a single camera, the show was presented in front of a live studio audience, combining stage-style comedy with early TV filming techniques. Radio to television. The TV show was a natural transition from their successful radio show, 1934 to 1950, which had built a devoted fan base. Gracie's retirement ended the show. Although still popular, the show ended in 1958 solely because Gracie chose to retire. George continued with the George Burns Show for one season, but it wasn't as successful without her. Classic humor. Many of Gracie's lines were celebrated for their comic absurdity. For instance, she once said, "I put instant coffee in a microwave and almost went back in time." Legacy. The Burns and Allen brand of comedy influenced countless later performers and TV writers. Their work is preserved in numerous reruns and is part of the American comedic heritage. You're watching Starship TV. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Conclusion. The Burns and Allen Show was more than just a television program. It was a cultural milestone that brought vaudeville-style humor into American living rooms. George and Gracie's timeless chemistry, innovative format and warm-hearted humor made them icons of their era. Their show set the standard for husband and wife sitcoms, and is still remembered fondly as one of early television's great treasures.